So storage is no longer free.
That's right. So Gmail back in 2004 was very famous because it came out and said 1 gigabyte of free storage for everyone, and people used to be obsessed with managing their inboxes with Yahoo and other services, and then it was no longer an issue. And now basically that free deal still exists, but it's not getting better. And then Google has pulled some other strings to make some free cloud offers that it had before basically go away or not be quite as good.
Well, and some of those strings is actually how you stumbled upon this story, right?
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Yeah, so there was a very good deal when you buy a Chromebook, which is the cheap laptops that run Google's operating system. When you bought those, you used to get 2 years of 100 gigabytes of free storage for the cloud service Google Drive. That has now gone down to 1 year only, and it's through this new program called Google One, which is basically a paid subscription program, and basically Google is pushing that a lot more. And so one of the things we found on Twitter especially was Gmail users finding out that they weren't getting emails, and then they were messaging Google and saying, "What's going on?" And they said, "Oh, all you have to do is pay $1.99 a month and it'll be fine."
Okay, so we know it costs $1.99 a month. In the perspective of Google, what does that represent to them?
Yeah, so $1.99 for 100 gigabytes a month, and then I think it's $2.99 if you want to go higher than that. So that doesn't sound like very much, but I just did some back of the envelope calculations. If you have 1 billion Gmail users, if only 10% of those do the $1.99 a month deal, that's I think $2.4 billion in new annual revenue for Google, which is a lot.
And the key here, not only is it annual revenue, but it is recurring revenue. They will count on this monthly and yearly. Is that what analysts had also been hoping for a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's not so great for you and I because that cost goes on forever, but for Wall Street, that's fantastic, right? That's what Wall Street really loves, is a recurring cloud subscription revenue type business, and Apple has done it with iCloud very well for a few years, and Google is kind of following them now.
What is the elasticity, the stickiness of Gmail? So I'm going to pay or shut off my email. What does the customer do?
Yeah, so actually the elasticity question is a really good one. It's not just about email, but it's about all the other files you store, because Google One includes emails and other things attached to those emails, but it also includes photos and things like that. And specifically on email, if I send you an important message and you miss it, that's terrible. And you have all your other online accounts attached to an email account, so it's very hard to change. But then on the photo side, if you have 5,000 photos from the past 5 years, for instance, you don't want to just suddenly delete it or put it somewhere where you might lose those photos. So the incentive is to just upgrade and pay.
And finally here, does Google feel a little bit late in the game? We knew that Apple has been doing this. They're charging 99 cents for some extra cloud storage. Is this Google playing catch up?
I think it's slightly different. I don't think that type of thing plays quite that way, because basically you're either in the Apple universe or you're in the Google universe in the Western world. So the people who are in the Google universe, it's just their time to pay now.